Two girls, about the age of 14 and 16, sit in their backyard on the grass, enjoying the summer day. They hardly get a day this nice, but moving back to their birth home, away from all their friends, is very lonely. Their older sister, Alice, doesn't seem to be affected by this. She had her own small group of friends and had their numbers, so it really didn't bother her that they were moving. Of course, they were both bored. Still, at the age, friends mean a lot to pass the time. They felt as the world forgot them as summer started, not till a few weeks ago. The 14-year-old, Jane, was the oldest of the two, and opened her big mouth with an annoyed, bored tone. Ugh, I'm so bored. Let's go see if Big Sis has video games we can play. The 13-year-old, Zoe, lied to the idea. The two sisters loved their older sister's games that she always got for her birthday or Christmas, always making them feel like they're one of the older kids. The two both run in the house into their big sister's room, who they saw painting on a large piece of paper. The sisters asked if they could borrow a game to play. Their older sister said yes, but only one condition. You can play one, but don't touch the Zelda game, okay? The two sisters looked at each other, confused. They never knew their oldest sister liked Zelda games. They never heard of it before or seen her play it, but they always hear their friends talk about it so much, so they thought it must have been great. The two sisters take out their oldest sister's large box filled with all kinds of video games, and they start to go through it, seeing which one they want to play the most. After some time, they almost looked through all the games and couldn't decide. Till Jane sees a very old-looking Zelda game on the bottom of the box. Her eyes widen with wonder, for she never played a Zelda game before, but really wanted to. With the chance she got, with both of her sisters' backs were turned, she grabbed the game and put it in her pocket. Maybe we can play video games later. We played all of these. Zoe agreed. As they both got up to leave, they look over at their sister's painting of a young boy with long blonde hair, blue eyes, and has a green elf-like outfit on. They snicker, for they never saw their sister paint something so colorful before. Ha ha, you both are so funny. Now get going before I paint your faces. They knew what this meant, eating snacks and having the whole house to themselves. Jane takes out the Zelda game, showing it to Zoe. She gaspes a little and turns a bit pale. Are you crazy? That's Alice's game. She told us not to touch it. She shouted, then covers her mouth, surprised how loud she shouted. Come on, Zoe. This might be your only chance to play a Zelda game for once. Don't you want to know how the story goes? Jane holds up the game to her sister's face, wiggling her eyebrows. Fine, just one round, then we put it back before Alice and Grandma get home. Jane smiles widely, then finds a way to set up the game. Later, it's a success. And Zoe sits next to her with a bunch of snacks in her arms, but has a very uneasy feeling looking at the game. She said with a grin on her face. Then the sisters both run out of the room, screaming and giggling. Later that day, Alice had to go to some party with her grandmother, leaving the two little ones alone.
Jane clicks onto the files and only sees one, titled Ben. She tilts her head in confusion. Huh? Who's Ben? It must be Alice's. You know she uses different names for game files, Zoe said. Jane just shrugged, then made a new file, putting her name inside. Then the game starts, showing the main character, Link, in a village. The sisters have no idea what's going on. Like before, they only heard of this game by a few friends back at the old town they lived in. So they thought to themselves this was a normal setting for the game. Zoe got a very sick feeling. Feeling of fear inside of her. Then the background music starts to play, and the feeling gets even worse. It was a song playing backwards. It was creepy. Very creepy. Jane wasn't really affected by this. She heard songs being played backwards before. It wasn't affected by it. Jane starts to move the character around, looking for others that are around the village, seeing if they activate the level. But there was a thought in their heads telling them they shouldn't have touched the game. Hello everybody, thank you for listening to my video. This summer I'm actually going to narrate my own fan stories. This one is a Ben Drowned fanfic, nothing weird. Hope you guys liked it. I'm doing this so I can practice to become a writer and learn how to speak properly. I hope you guys can support my channel. Laughing Lily out.